afternoon, everybody. Welcome to race number 2 of the PORWC Reese's Rally Cars Series, the first race here for 2013 on the NS Sports channel. We're getting ready today for 14 exciting laps of racing at my home track. Watkins Glen's about 4 or 5 hours away from me, and I've only been there once, but it's a great racetrack, and it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers will do here today. You know, it seems like Watkins Glen is kind of a silent assist here in this series. It seems like if a driver ends up running well here, even winning the race, it almost not ensures them, but gives them a good opportunity to get into the tasty top 10 at the end of the season. I've seen it happen for the past 2 seasons, and we'll see if the same will be said here for season 3. On the pole for this race will be Kyle Sanoski in the 15. Alongside of him, Brock McMahon. Both these drivers had fairly good runs at Daytona, but they could have been better, so today's a good chance to maybe get some redemption, pick up some points, and some positions in the standings. Row 2 is going to be comprised of Ralph Mason alongside of Justin Acosta. Let's get these cars rolling off. 36 drivers here today at Watkins Glen. It'll be interesting to see how they do here, as this is our first road course stop of the season. And there you see the pace car and the 32 cars filing on by. Trying to look here, I believe Lance Fogel, our winner at Daytona last week, starting near the back here. I think he's right there. Yep, there at the back of the pack. Here's your starting grid for today's race. Watkins Glen, a unique and complex racetrack with several tricky turns, but the trickiest of them all, they'll all tell you, is that dog leg that occurs over on the back part of this racetrack. We'll see if that comes into play here today. Kyle Sanoski going to lead us down. The green flag is waving. 14 laps of racing. Who's going to win here at Watkins Glen? Sanoski moves up to the high side there to block any advances from Brock McMahon. Ralph Mason thought he was going to maybe make a move for the lead there, and I think Brock McMahon went off the track a little bit. Oh, they're spinning back there. There's a wreck. There's a wreck already in the first turn. They're awfully bunched up when they head down to that first turn, so I'm not surprised a wreck happened already. Yellow lights are on everywhere across this racetrack, but we are going to have to race it back to the stripe. We have to complete this whole first lap. Caution or no. Here we come into the dogleg. Let's see how Sanoski's going to be able to handle it. Looks like he's pretty smooth through there. So was Ralph Mason. So was Lisa Shears, who has moved into third now. Through into the long right-hand turn. Out they come. Looks like everybody is still running up to speed. It'll be interesting to see who was caught up in that first wreck of the day. I'm seeing as far back as Sophie Dillon, but I can't tell which cars it was. I can't this quickly use the process of elimination to figure out who was involved in that wreck, but here they come off the final turn, coming down to the stripe. Kyle Sanoski will lead us under the caution over Ralph Mason and Lisa Shears. We can now look and see who was involved. Well, there were quite a few cars. Wolfgang Mason was in it, Jacob Lawler, Wilhelm Schultz. There's a few others. Who are they? Oh, looks like the 39 of Carson Gum's got some damage. Last week's winner at Daytona, Lance Fogel's involved. And Felix Harris in the 89 as well. Doesn't look like there's any damage to these cars. You got to wonder if they slid into that sand pit and could not get out. We're going to have to look back at a replay now, see what happened. I see at least 6 cars that would have been involved. Only 1 car I see with damage, and that's Carson Gum. She's still continuing on, but let's take a look here at a replay of what puts under the caution for the first time today. Alright, here's a look at a replay. I believe I just called Carson Gum a she. I apologize for that. Take a look here. They were just taking the green flag coming down here into the first turn. Wilhelm Schultz going to make a 3-wide move here on Carson Gum. And is that where the contact's going to start? Carson Gum. Oh, right there. Oh! Wolfgang gets forced off the track by Jason Michaels. And then he gets into Wilhelm Schultz, who then gets into Carson Gump. There you see Jacob Lawler, Lance Fogel, and Felix Harris getting into it. Danny Wells and Ryan Acosta, looks like they got into it as well back there. Where are they? There they are. Yeah, Ryan Acosta, Danny Wells, they got pieces of it. Wilhelm Schultz there, caught in the sand pit. And Jason Michaels. So about a 7 or 8 car incident here. They all just started backing up. Jason Michaels turned Wolfgang Mason, and that's what started this thing. Caution flies for the first time today. Let's go back to a replay. Or not to a replay, but to live action. Getting ready to go back under the green flag. It'll be on lap 4 of 14, giving us a total of 11 laps to go. Nobody retired after that, but we do have 5 drivers who were trapped on pit road and have fallen a lap down to the leader. They're all starting at the tail end of the longest line here. Felix Harris, Wolfgang Mason, Jacob Lawler, Lance Fogel, last week's winner at Daytona, and Wilhelm Schultz. Here's the top 10 as we get ready to go back to green. It's Kyle Sanoski, the leader. Ralph Mason second. Lisa Shears third. Zach Corbett runs in fourth. And fifth is Devin Smith. Then it's Brock McMahon, Justin Acosta, Aaron Williams, Dylan Ogo, and Ashley LaPlante. That's the top 10. As the green flag comes back out on lap number 4. And they're wrecking already. I heard some scraping back there. They didn't even get down here to this first turn. As here comes Lisa Shears. Oh, gets a nice run on Kyle Sanoski, and she's going to clear him. Oh, there's another wreck. That was Zach Corbett. Justin Acosta was in it. Oh, my goodness. There's Zach Corbett. He's on pit road. Wilhelm Schultz on pit road. Wilhelm may have actually been the reason the caution came out. We'll have to look back at that in a minute. As Lisa Shears leads, Kyle Sanoski under fire from Ralph Mason. That's for second. Good battle back here for third. Oh! Ashley LaPlante, Brock McMahon, and Bianca Roberts getting into it, along with Barney Ward and Dylan Ogo. That was a close battle right there. Still racing 2x2 back here. Sanoski still keeping the second position from Ralph Mason, but it's Lisa Shears out in front. And out of the final turn, she will lead us down to our second caution of the day. Which I believe started... Oh, someone else is wrecking! Someone else is wrecking! Oh, Jeremy McMurray's flipping upside down! Riley Ogle's in it! They're still wrecking! Who was that? Was that James Silverfox? Well, there's Justin Acosta. He was involved with the wreck that took out Zach Corbett. My goodness. There's Jeremy McMurray. There's Riley Ogle. Zach Campbell's in it. James Silverfox is in it. And yes, the caution is out. Oh, there's another car off the pace. Is that Jake Smith? Yeah, Jake Smith's off the pace. The 25 car. Wow. Huge wreck. There's Jake Smith. You can see him there on the left side of the screen. His car is badly damaged. We're going to look back at the replay. There were about 4 different wrecks that happened right there within 2 laps. Let's go back and look at the replay. This was coming down to the restart. Wilhelm Schultz, who was already a lap down here at the tail end of the longest line. Let's take a look here. Is he going to get a shove from Lawler? Yep, right there. Gets turned by Jacob Lawler down. Oh, wow. Lawler took a hard hit there, too. I can't tell if Wilhelm Schultz ended up hitting the inside safer barrier or the tire barrier. Let's rewind it just a little bit here. Look from the aerial view. Almost looked like he could have gotten a piece of the tire barrier. Let's take another look. If it was the tires, it would be a lot harder of an impact here. Let's watch right here. Hooks him down and... Oh, man, that was just about right where the tires end and the wall begins. That's even worse. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness gracious. This is crazy racing at Watkins Glen. And then, up here, 4th position was where Zach Corbett was running. And watch right here as he's going to slide through the corner. I almost wonder if he's going to get turned by Devin Smith in the 29. Let's see here. Coming off the corner. Oh no, he hooks Ralph Mason, which turns him down into Devin Smith. Oh, right into the steel guardrail and then straight up into Justin Acosta. Oh man. That's steel, folks. There's no safer barrier there. And then if that isn't enough, then we're going to jump up ahead up out of the final corner again on the following lap. And here it is. Zach Campbell, James Silverfox was back just outside the top 15. And Silverfox going to do almost the exact same thing that Lawler did to Wilhelm Schultz one lap before. Turns Zach Campbell and oh my word. Jeremy McMurray, James Silverfox, and Zach Campbell flips over the pit wall onto pit road. And then McMurray, who's he get nailed by? Oh, he got nailed by Riley Ogle. And then Ogle got hit by Jake Smith. My goodness. And then right there is where Felix Harris is going to get his damage. He hit Riley Ogle. But look at McMurray, Jeremy McMurray, almost right there. I think if he hadn't hit the wall right there, I think he would have flipped over the pit wall too. But you see Zach Campbell behind him, he already had flipped over the pit wall. And then, somebody else got the wall up there. Who's that? Oh, it's Devin Smith. Devin Smith got the steel guardrail a little bit too, pancaking the left side of his Holiday Inn Express Mitsubishi. Utter chaos breaking out here. And just like that, we're going to have a pretty dwindled down field as we go back to live action. Alright, getting ready to go back under the green flag. Here's the way they line up for the restart. We'll get the green on lap 7 of 14. Lisa Shears is the leader. Kyle Sanofsky second. Ralph Mason third. Fourth, Ashley LaPlante. And Brock McMahon is in fifth. Sixth place is Bianca Roberts. Seventh is Barney Ward. Eighth place is Dylan Ogo. Adam Chambers in ninth. And Aaron Williams completes the top 10. Here we go, lap 7 of 14 will go on the board. We'll be at the halfway point. Lisa Shears leads us, green flag back out. Kyle Sanofsky going to dive down to the low side. Ralph Mason trying to make a move for that second position on the high side. Don't know how much use that's going to be. Outside's usually not the best way to go. And Lisa Shears is checking out. Best battle on the racetrack, currently back here for second. Well, that's over. Kyle Sanofsky's going to take control of that. Into third moves Ralph Mason. As Ashley LaPlante's starting to lose some ground. And they're wrecking again! They're wrecking through the S's this time. Oh, man. That looked like it was Austin Ogo, one of the cars that I saw around. I couldn't tell who the other ones were. Caution flies again. Let's follow this battle on the racetrack here for fifth place. Bianca Roberts dead last in points. Trying to pick up some spots here. She's battling here with Dylan Ogo and Brock McMahon. Wow, her car looks awfully squirrely through that corner. Aaron Williams right in the mix there as well. And they're getting ready to come off the final corner here. Hopefully there won't be any wrecks like we've had before. Looks like we're still okay as the caution comes out one more time. There is Austin Ogo. He was the car I saw get involved. It's like he and Sophie Dillon and Richard Johnson may have had something to do with our latest caution. So we now take a look back at a replay once more. Let's take a look here, see how this may have started. Maybe Richard Johnson turning Sophie Dillon? Yes, it was. Richard Johnson gets into that left rear of the 30, turns him up into the innocent victim, Austin Ogo. The three of them up and into that steel guardrail. I'll tell you what. Hit the safer barrier, it's a hard hit, but hit that steel guardrail, there's no give. And it's a hard hit. And amazingly enough, through the S's, we were able to come away with a 3-car incident. Wow, Jake Smith just narrowly missing Richard Johnson right there. So pretty impressive driving by the rest of these guys to make sure that it was only a 3-car incident. But still, the caution comes out, the field is bunched back up, and we're ready to go back to green flag racing. Getting ready to go back to green. Try and see if I can give you a list of the cars that I know of at least that are out of this race. And I'm trying to find out if I can find them all. I believe the cars currently that are out of this event at this point are Jeremy McMurray, Riley Ogle, James Silverfox, Zach Campbell, Justin Acosta, Zach Corbett, and Wilhelm Schultz. There are 4 drivers that are at least a lap down. including Felix Harris, Wolfgang Mason, and our Daytona winner Lance Fogel. And here's the way they'll line up for the restart, which will be on lap 10. Lisa Shears the leader, Kyle Sonoski second, Ralph Mason third, Ashley LaPlante fourth, and Bianca Roberts. What a great run for her. She's dead last in points. Good way to get some redemption points today as she is in fifth. Sixth is Brock McMahon, Dylan Ogo seventh, Aaron Williams eighth. Ninth is Sam D, and Jason Michaels completes the top 10. How about Sam D? That's a car that's been to championship victory lane, don't forget, with Jamie Muckley doing it last season. And right now, with the problems that Lance Fogels have, according to our live points, Sam D could be the guy to leave Watkins Glen as the Reese's Rally Car Series points leader. Still a long way to go, though, and we have seen the unexpected today, as Lisa Shears is going to lead us back down here into this hard right-hand turn, turn 1. And as soon as the green flag comes out, the caution's going to wave again as I heard tires screeching in the back. Oh no! I did hear tires screeching, but there's no caution. Caution did not come out. So it must have been a solo car spin or an inconsequential spin, and we did not have the yellow lights on. So we are still green flag racing. At least I believe we are. No, now the lights are on. So maybe there were two wrecks that just happened. And I'll tell you what, Kyle Sonoski did not let Lisa Shears get away, but Ralph Mason did not let Kyle Sonoski get away. And I think Kyle Sonoski just got into the rumble strip there, and that killed his momentum there through the dog leg. Now he's got a challenge from Ralph Mason once more, and that's allowed Lisa Shears to open up a little bit more space on this battle for second. Seems as soon as we get under the green flag, the caution immediately follows, and Lisa Shears has got to be loving that. She's going to come down and lead us one more time under the caution flag. Let's see who the caution came out for this time. Oh, looks like Jake Smith again. Been a dismal Watkins Glen race for that driver. Adam Chambers may have had something to do with this latest caution as well, because we were seeing him run up inside the top 15 for most of the day. Caution's out. Let's look back at another replay. We may end up having a 1 or 2 lap shootout to decide this race when all is said and done. Alright, here's a look at what the caution did not come out for, but this was a wreck nonetheless. Richard Johnson gonna turn Jake Smith into the steel guardrail. Jake Smith gonna bounce back up, and I think, oh wow, what a miss by Sophie Dillon and Wolfgang Mason. But that did not bring the caution out, because you'll notice right here as he spins the car around, gets back into the throttle, and is able to drive away. The caution, I believe, actually came out for Adam Chambers in the 87. We'll try and see if we can find out where that was. Here it was, yep, right there. Off the first turn. And I told you he was running inside the top 15. He was actually in 11th place. Right here, contact between Aaron Williams and Jason Michaels is going to send Michaels down into Jacob Cook, who then turns him into Adam Chambers. Chambers going to be scraping the wall there. Oh, looks like Hayden Klein got turned around there as well. Couldn't tell who he went off the nose of, though. It could have been Lance Fogel, actually, when I look at it. And so it was 2 spins off the first turn by Chambers and Hayden Klein. That's what actually put us under the caution. You can see the yellow lights are now blinking there in turn 1. So 2 spins in turn 1 put us under the caution. We did have that other wreck with Jake Smith, but we're getting ready now for a shootout to finish off this race at Watkins Glen. Lights are out atop the pace car, which means a green-white checkered to finish off the second race of Season 3 here in the Reese's Rally Car Series. Let's give you as full a field rundown as we can. Lisa Shears is going to be the leader. Pole sitter Kyle Sonoski is second. Ralph Mason third. Ashley LaPlante fourth. And fifth is Bianca Roberts. Brock McMahon is in 6th, 7th is Dylan Ogo, Sam D runs 8th, 9th Aaron Williams, and DeMarcus Brown is now up to 10th, Cody Lamas is 11th, 12th is Barney Ward, 13th is Jason Michaels, 14th Jacob Cook, 15th is Ryan Acosta. Jacob Lawler is a lap down in 25th, 16th is Carson Gum, Michael Norman is 17th, 26th 1 lap down, that is Felix Harris, 18th is Danny Wells, 19th is Devin Smith, Lance Fogel, last week's winner, is 27th, 1 lap down to the leaders. Sophie Dillon is in 20th. 21st is Richard Johnson. Hayden Klein, 22nd. Adam Chambers, 23rd. 24th, still Jake Smith. He's still continuing on. And 1 lap down in 28th, That is Wolfgang Mason. So I believe everybody else I told you is out of the race. They are Austin Ogo, Jeremy McMurray, Riley Ogle, James Silverfox, Zach Campbell, Justin Acosta, Zach Corbett, and Wilhelm Schultz. Kyle Sinoski started on the pole for this race, lost the lead though to Lisa Shears. Shears ended up making a very good move down in turn 1, has held the lead ever since. Will Sinoski or Mason or Ashley LaPlante or Bianca Roberts have anything for Lisa Shears here? So it will be a green, white, checkered. If the caution comes out at any point during this segment, the race will be over at the stripe. Green flag is out. We're back underway for the final time today at Watkins Glen. I hear some scraping and squealing, but are we still green? No, the yellow lights have been thrown. The caution flag has been thrown, and the race will end at the stripe as Lisa Shears opens a lot of daylight between new second place car Ralph Mason, third place Bianca Roberts. I think Kyle Sinoski may have slipped up back there in turn 1. He's lost 2 spots already, and Lisa Shears is gaining ground. It's going to be awfully tight here through this S-curve, the dog leg. But looks like they're going to make it through. Whoa, Ralph Mason actually ran through the grass a little bit there in order to avoid making any contact with Kyle Sinoski. But it looks like Abu Dhabi may end up getting their first win of the season. The Abu Dhabi team went winless last season with Diego Ospina and Dougie Shears. But let's take a look here off the final turn. Turn number 11. It's going to be Abu Dhabi Ford Focus, Lisa Shears, taking the checkered flag at Watkins Glen. Well, theoretically it was the white flag, but in all likelihood it is the proverbial checkered flag because the race is over now because of the caution waving. Ralph Mason was able to grab second place for this race. Third place was Kyle Sinoski. Fourth place Bianca Roberts, and Brock McMahon was fifth. But the caution came out for, it looks like, a wreck in the S's. And Devin Smith was involved, so was Ryan Acosta, so was Jason Michaels, so was Hayden Klein, so was Danny Wells. There were quite a few drivers caught up in this one, and we're going to look back now at a replay as they're about to head to the start-finish line. Let's get this replay out of the way and then come back for the checkers. Here's a look at it. Watch right here. It looks like Ryan Acosta is going to turn Jason Michaels in the right rear right there. And, oh, that's head-on into the steel guardrail. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Ryan Acosta gets jacked up by Hayden Klein and Devin Smith. Danny Wells nowhere to go. But that was steel guardrail head-on for Jason Michaels and Ryan Acosta. I really wish they would install safer barriers here at Watkins Glen. I mean, honestly, wow. Hard licks being taken there. Hopefully Jason Michaels is okay. His car sitting on pit road now as we speak. Same for Ryan Acosta. We've gotten word that they have actually been transferred to the infield medical center to be checked out. But my goodness, we hope that they're okay. Caution waves for the final time today. Hard hits there for both Ryan Acosta and Jason Michaels here in the turn. Well, the S turns would be actually, I guess, considered turns 2 and 3. My goodness, looks like Ryan Acosta was able to actually drive away from the incident. Jason Michaels not so lucky, but that was steel guardrail right there. Hard hit. Let's go back for the checkers, though. Lisa Shears is going to pick up her first PORWC Reese's Rally Car Series win. Oh, there's the field heading into the final corner here at Watkins Glen. Lisa Shears is going to do it. She made the move that got her the lead, held it ever since, and she's going to come down and pick up her first PORWC Reese's Rally Car Series win. It'll come here at Watkins Glen. There's the checkers. Lisa Shears is your winner of race number 2. We've also gotten word that Sam D finished this race in the 9th position. It was 8th place, they're saying. And he is your new points leader heading into next week. Well, Lisa Shears, what a great race for her. Good run, though, for a lot of these drivers who really needed it. Ralph Mason, Kyle Sinoski, Brock McMahon and Bianca Roberts all coming away with great top 5 finishes. This will certainly help them in the point standings. It's a little bit of a congratulatory bump from Ralph Mason to Lisa Shears. And we will now show you your official finishing results and your point standings heading into next week. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time here for the PORWC Reese's Rally Car Series on the NSRA Sports Channel.